Cool. Well,
Okay.
hello, everybody.
Hi everyone. I hope we can be heard well. And here are our faces. Yeah, welcome in. We should wait like 3 more minutes until everybody gathers.
Sounds good.
In the meantime, I hope everybody can see us, can hear us well as well.
I'm hearing that there might be an echo. Is anybody having an echo? Just got a message about it. Maybe, maybe not.
Okay. Is there any way like to make my face bigger in here as well?
Hmm.
Oh, like this.
Sure.
Perfect, perfect. Manage it.
Yeah. All right.
Hi everyone. Hi Jang, hi Emperor, hi Okim Reis. I hope I pronounced that right.
You did. He's our resident poker
Nice.
hero.
Hi
Yeah.
Boyga.
Look at all the people coming in. This is awesome. Sweet. I like that.
Okay, I think we may be ready to start.
All right, let's get started. First of all, thank you so much for setting this up. I know you and I have been talking quite a bit, and you know, one of the first, I would say, the first actual camp partner that I engaged with was EntertainM, your overall parent brand. Loved it. It was really exciting. I think we did at least one contest with you guys to get people creating their IDs and learning more about you. I'm really excited today for you to be chatting with us, obviously about BLEETZ. That's, your newest, most flashy, coolest product. Spent a little time with it myself today. Loved it. Pretty incredible stuff. And more importantly, though, I want people to get to know you a little bit. Like, you're a founder. What drove you to do this? Those kinds of things. Like, that's something that I think we'll want to hear a lot about. But I know you wanted to kind of start things off a little bit with a demo. So let me introduce myself and you really quickly, and then I'll let you take over. I am Rebecca. Many of you guys know me as Head Camp Ranger. I spend a lot of time with you guys. And I am actually the head of community for camp. And so I do a lot of different things. One of my pleasures and joys is actually spending time with folks like Renata, um, and hearing about their products, and getting to see the cool creativity that's coming out of our, camp network. Like, camp network being a part of all this very early on gives me a lot of excitement. So, I'm really thrilled about this, and I want to go ahead and introduce you and let you take over and start talking about BLEETZ and your ecosystem.
What a nice intro. Thank you so much, Rebecca. I absolutely love what I'm hearing. How should I start? Let's first say more about the EntertainM ecosystem, and then we'll head over to BLEETZ and also to showcase a bit the platforms as well. Um, well, everybody kind of knows now that we are trying to create a community-driven entertainment ecosystem. Our aim is to change the way that people experience entertainment, and we also want to address the need for captivating experiences. Hi, Tevion. Nice to see you here. Yeah, so we do this by creating various entertainment apps that push the limits of Web3 technology. And our hope is to enable creators to monetize faster and earlier in their career. We do what we do because we believe that entertainment should be fun, decentralized, community driven and also rewarding for all the participants in it, which in Web3 currently it isn't. Because most of the entertainment projects that we have researched, excluding the NFT projects, they simply replicate a Web2 model and present it to a Web3 audience. And while I understand that they are trying to onboard Web2 users in this way, it essentially leaves out the Web3 community that they're also trying to build and sustain. So yeah, with a more of a Web2 approach rather than a Web3 approach, uh, they are not really tapping into the advancements that this industry can lead to technologically. Hi, CryptoBug. Hi, Insta Cowboy. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Um, Yes, so we are not doing that. We are not replicating a Web2 model and just presenting it to a Web3 audience. We pride ourselves in innovating and in thinking outside the box. And so we are employing a unique protocol that stands as the foundation of all of our applications. And that is the mProtocol. I hope everybody knows about the mProtocol by now. Um, to explain a bit about mProtocol, it's a suite of interconnected smart contracts that make it possible for us to initiate a proof of attendance and a proof of activity mechanisms that communicate on-chain. And to distribute decentralized rewards to our community and both the community and to the creators. And to give an example about how this all works, I will give the example of the Azuki Bobu magic show, if you've heard about that one. Basically, there was an event organized by the Azuki where Bobu was performing a magic show by sending messages to all of the accounts of those who attended the event, of course with their permission and linked to the Twitter. And they did it without having to know their passwords or be delegated as an account to send the message from their own X profiles. And we take this technology a step further to use it in our protocol to send information directly to the to our contract on chain. And what this means is that all of our events in the ecosystem will be on chain. Even this live stream as we speak right now is an on chain event. And obviously, it benefits from the mProtocol's ingenuity to create a two-way street where both the creators and the fans get rewarded. Uh, Hi, Metaverse Tycoon. Hope you're doing well today. Yeah, so how does it all work? Uh, I already have my screen shared. I hope everybody can see everything clearly. I will go to the EntertainM page right now to showcase how it all works here. So, yeah, as you can see, anyone can create an account via one of the three ways available now. And then they will join this page here. A lot is going on in the ecosystem right now, including our recently launched SocialFi feature, where users can create a LinkUp space and link up to one another. And through these spaces, both creators and users can leverage their communities to get more rewards. Uh, because when someone joins a LinkUp space, the owner gets a cut of the amount paid by the user to join that space. And besides that, it doesn't leave the user empty-handed because they will be farming passively every 24 hours a certain amount of M shards in that space. Let me go to a space here. I will go to Metaverse Tycoon since he is also with us in the chat. And as you can see, as a user linked to his space, I have here my current farm ratio, the current farm ratio that is applied to all the members in the LinkUp space every 24 hours, and my current claim value, which I can simply claim, and it will appear in my claim history here, and my M shards balance will change with the amount. This farm ratio is impacted by the LinkUp owner's activity inside the ecosystem. For example, if the LinkUp owner creates a staking pool for an event, as we see here that he did, that impacts the farm ratio in the space for the whole community, for everyone who is linked up to him. So yeah, the more pools that are created, depending on if they are filled up or not, will increase the farm ratio here. And yeah, now during testnet, we currently airdrop these staking pools to our community manually, but we are developing something absolutely incredible, which is called the Sentry. I think this is the first time that I'm actually mentioning that to the community, and I'm super hyped about that because we've been having a problem in the past year with our raffles, and that is that our community kept telling us that they've been participating for months or for a year, and they wouldn't be lucky enough to win. So the Sentry will solve that issue by introducing progressive model where the likelihood of winning steadily increases over time, and it guarantees a win for all the persistent participants. So yeah, we
I
hope it.
love that. I don't want to slow you down, but I love that you like that was a community problem and you
Yes.
solved it. Like that is just amazing testament to your, connection with your community. Love it.
Yeah, and we hope with this that no one will be left behind. Um, so yeah, what's next? After a user created their space and the pool, um, well, why would the user join the pool, right? Because you can craft an event pass when you join a pool. And that event pass is actually the game changer in the ecosystem because this is the one that enables the win-win situation during our events. And to give you an example, I will go to BLEETZ here. And hello, everybody can see the stream. I'm creating like a loop here now. Okay, and let me move this one here. Okay, everybody can see this little purple ticket thing. When they press this, and they will find here their passes. These passes are actually already used to the event, but if they weren't used, I would have a button here that says activate. And once activated, the activity score will be enabled. And with that activity score, infinity and beyond, yes, exactly. um, yes, so with that activity score, I will be actively earning bonus tokens. This activity can be done in all of our dApps during all of our ecosystem events. But besides the token reward, once burned, they will be able to also claim other rewards when they burn the stream pass, such as NFTs, titles, PFPs, and more, more rewards. Everybody loves rewards, I know that. Yeah, and besides that, we have other activities on our dApps, as everybody knows, such as the stickers NFTs that we have going on. We have lots of NFTs. I think we have 1,300 NFTs minted in total during the testnet. Yeah, I don't have any stream passes right now at
Wow,
Embrace.
that's amazing.
Yeah, I don't have any stream passes now because the pools are active, are completely filled out in the first hour that they are on. So I need more pools. Yeah, so 1,300 NFTs streamed, minted on BLEETZ. And these NFTs can be created by anyone, any user who creates an account on our application. They just go to My Stickers here and they will be able to create their own sticker. The shape that you see here is unique for each and every sticker, so there will not be two stickers with the same shape generated. And once you create it, it will be added to the sticker pack that you can see here. And everyone can mint it when they purchase the sticker pack. With the NFTs, you go to an event, and here's the loop again. You go to an event and you press on the sticker to increase its power. The more power that it has, the higher the rarity. And the higher the rarity, obviously, the more rewards from the tournament. So this is a bit of an overview of what we have going on right now. Um, yeah. Any questions so far?
Well, I do have one question for you. So basically anybody can go in and mint a sticker and start participating once they
Hmm.
create their ID, which everybody here has already done. Um, they can just start participating right away and
Yeah.
learning more about the ecosystem.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really cool. Like I'm going to, as soon as this is over, I'm definitely going to go and I'm going to make my sticker because I'm watching all these stickers go by in the chat and I'm loving them. Like this is such a cool way to, get the community excited. So kudos to you. I'm going to actually turn to the community here. Guys, if you have any questions, let's yap. Let's find out what else is coming, what's in store for us in the whole EntertainM ecosystem. If you guys have questions, hit us in the chat.
And one
Um,
more thing about the stickers is that really you don't need any Ethereum to mint them. They are completely free and gasless free as well. So anybody, even a Web2 person, could just generate their NFT very easily and super fast.
yeah, I noticed you can sign up with email. Like it's really very Web 2 friendly. You don't have to have a wallet to get started. I think that's really cool. I love that.
Yeah,
I'm
and there's
taking a
also
look
the
at,
passkey that
oh,
we
go
have
ahead.
implemented with Third Web in partnership with Third Web, where everyone can just create an account by simply scanning the QR code that appears on the screen, and they are simply logged in. That easy.
Oh, that's so easy. Yeah,
Yeah.
our partners at Third Web are great. I mean,
Hmm.
they've made it so easy to onboard. I love it. Let's see. I have one question from super community member Ocamrays. He would like to know what's next. He's very interested in getting a little
Hmm.
alpha from you. So, got any to share?
Yeah, so besides the Sentry, which I think has been introduced tonight, we also are working on developing and integrating AI into our platforms. So do expect an update about that pretty soon. We have a whole story going on for the AI that we will be creating. And yeah.
These guys like to play a game called Death by AI, so I'm sure that they'll be excited to play with your AI and not get killed by it. Um, let's see, let's see. Oh, we have
Uh,
another question from another super community member of the camp, Yami.
mhm.
Yami would like to know, can you stream games?
Yeah, definitely. Like we are not only about music on BLEETZ, it's about everything streaming related. So we could stream trading, we could stream IRL activities, we can even stream cooking if you want, gaming
Oh,
included in it.
challenge accepted.
We've also recently had a streamer called Lunarity. He streamed himself playing Shatterline and Off the Grid, and based from his feedback, he's had an amazing time with us and is recommending us to all of his friends. And we also have our DJs as well who have tried streaming and playing music for the community. And they also would like to come more often, so that's a good indicator that everything is going in the right direction.
I love that. I love that. Any other questions from the community? I'm just getting lots of stickers and I'm loving them all.
Yeah, some of them are so creative,
Oh
honestly.
my gosh, yes. M303, I actually really love your sticker. It's too good. Ah, look at that. The Camp Pepe is already showing up in stickers.
Yeah.
This is the best. Love it. Good cross collab.
Another
Um,
thing that I would like to add about BLEETZ is the fact that we are the only one in the whole of Web3 who have our own native streaming service, because all the other two, all the other two that exist right now, um, only have like either YouTube integrated or Twitch integrated, and that's simply not enough for creators, in my opinion. And
yeah, I love how creator focused you are too. I feel like, I mean, I worked at OpenSea during the time when, creators were really, obviously being super creative, and then NFTs, the bottom fell out of the market. It was really hard. And I think that anything that empowers creators to connect directly, like what you have on your platform,
Mm-hmm.
is just so valuable. Rather than being dependent on a really big platform, you can make your own platform. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what's really cool. Like, as you're talking about it, like making your own space, having, those activities that people can have. I think that's genuinely especially rewarding for people that, just love streaming.
Mm-hmm.
And there are so many of them that are probably not really thinking about using Web3 in this way. But I mean, it's obviously an incredible product and a great way to build communities around your product that are yours, that you own, which I think is the coolest.
Talking about the products, I'm really interested to hear more about the projects that are currently building on Camp Network and how they are using the identity layer that you are developing.
Yeah, great question. I think many people on Camp or that are building on Camp are just starting to use the SDK that we put out recently. Obviously, people like you guys, you've been very early adopters. You incorporated Camp very early, which we appreciate. But we did release an SDK for developers about, I guess it's been about a week and a half now that it's been live. I think that what we're seeing is that the creativity that's coming to us with this SDK and this ability to, you know, receive data from Twitter, from, what, it's going to end up being Spotify, Twitter. Very soon, this is a little bit of alpha. We're going to have TikTok, we're going to have Instagram, like all of these social services, we're able to collect this data and make it so easy for people to onboard and own their data. Like we're talking about, with, owning your community, own their data, and also for creators to actually build these incredible experiences. Like we're definitely getting a ton of people that are thinking about making really neat sort of feedback loops with TikTok, right? Like you watch 5 videos from a creator, you get a reward, that kind of thing. So it's very similar to what you're doing, but I think the power of harnessing the social data and putting it on chain is going to really supercharge, especially gaming, music, and that, any kind of short form content that can be monetized, that can be, actually that data makes it easy for a fan, for example, to engage with the creator directly and receive rewards or, whatever, the use case
Mm-hmm.
will be. So, that's been sort of the really exciting uptick in folks that are building on Camp with us, or the people that are, using the SDK and really excited to take that data to make incredible experiences. So I
Yeah,
know I love that you've been doing this with us for a while, which is great. Like I said, one of
and
our
we have
first
more
partners.
plans actually.
And you have so much more plans.
Yeah,
And
like BLEETZ is just the first app that we are launching, but we are currently developing 4 apps actually, all in the same ecosystem. Yeah, like there is BLEETZ, there is 4 clubs, there is Tribes project, and also fantasy music, which we haven't talked about enough in the with the community yet. And fantasy music will be the one that will use the mostly the SDK that you guys are offering, because with fantasy music, it's basically like a trading card game in which users will be able to trade cards of musicians themselves and their songs from with data incorporated from Spotify. So yeah, that's gonna be extremely nice to see.
that's super cool. I mean, that's the kind of thing that I really like, trading card games or even card battlers, those kinds of things that can be built based on somebody's listening habits or somebody's viewing habits once we, incorporate YouTube, those kinds of things. I think are going to be great use cases. I'm going to scroll up a little bit because I saw a few
Yeah,
questions
I
come
already
in,
have
but
them
it
noted
keeps
down.
it keeps going down here. All right. How do
Yes,
you moderate streams? What happens if somebody does anything inappropriate from
yeah,
Yami?
yeah. So in the early phases, we will have a report button where the community will be able to report directly, and we will take action immediately. But on the long run, we will integrate automated services to handle this. Maybe with AI, even why not?
Yeah.
And yeah, one approach like to for the AI would be to screenshot and to verify if the content is eligible or not. Just like, for example, in games, People are often are often recording their screen and sending directly to the support to verify something like that, but with the AI integrated.
Yeah, I think that, just generally for content moderation, I've been really impressed with the advances in AI to be able to actually see that kind of thing. Sure, there's false positives, but in the end, it's a really good tool for creators. I mean, for you as a platform to have. So I kind of love that. I did see another question. I'm just keep scrolling up. All right. Are there any plugins or settings that need to be taken into account when streaming on BLEETZ via Twitch? Looks like we've got a bunch of people that are really excited about streaming games.
Yeah, even I was thinking of streaming myself playing sometime, honestly. And our
Oh my
devs,
gosh, you should. Everybody would come.
our devs were also thinking of streaming themselves coding as well.
I mean, why not? I mean, that's
Yeah,
pretty cool. Well, I
yeah.
mean,
So,
people are on TikTok and people are on, YouTube sharing their videos of various
hmm
how-tos and fun stuff. So why not you? I
yeah.
love it.
So to answer the question, no, there is no plugin or specific setting. You just join just like you'd join on Twitch, with your OBS or Streamlabs or whatever service that you use. You add the key and the link to your custom service, and then you simply go live. That's it. There's
That's so
no
simple.
yeah, there's nothing complicated really. It's just like you'd go on any other streaming web to streaming platform. And
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to start streaming your your all of your Minecraft stuff because you could definitely be a featured creator. I mean, you're so amazing at Minecraft. So I'm really glad that you asked that question. Um, okay, I haven't seen any other questions. Does anybody have anything else that I missed? There's a lot of great
oh,
stickers.
the
I
question
am
is
loving it.
if he's streaming on Twitch. Yeah, so if someone is streaming on Twitch, we also have Twitch integrated, and we aim to integrate Kick and YouTube as well. But if for someone who wants to stream from Twitch, they can simply enter just like normally and begin their Twitch stream, and click on our Twitch option. uh, they will have to log in and connect their accounts, and just click on go live once your Twitch stream is live as well. Like
So
there's
simple.
there's not much
Just
to
just
do. We
make it
aggregate the
so.
title, the video, and that's all. Just be
And
live
so
on
you
both
basically like
apps.
can create that community around, Twitch streams that you do,
hmm
whether it's esports or whether it's something. I really love that. That's super cool. I didn't even know all the cool stuff you were doing, so this is amazing stuff. I know you mentioned that you had a couple of other things coming out, and you mentioned, the fantasy music. I'm curious what you're like. I mean, obviously you're excited about that. What's coming up that you're really excited about, even if you can't talk about details? Like, what should be waiting for in the next, like, say, quarter to next year?
Honestly, I'm extremely hyped to launch on mainnet and to actually begin everything. And once we launch an app on mainnet, we want to start launching all of them as well. And
Oh
that's
my
gonna
gosh,
be a very, very interesting time to live in.
I know, I can't wait. I mean, seeing these dApps come online like
Mhm.
yours, and seeing how that changes the game, I'm truly
Yeah,
thrilled
and
about that myself.
yeah, and besides that, of course, we also will be integrated more and more features in all of our dApps. Besides the Sentry and the AI agents that we've already talked about, and the AI integrations, not just the agents. So yeah, lots will be happening, and I'm very excited for that. And we have lots also noted down in the white paper as well. For example, for the Tribes project, we were thinking of an AI merchant whom you could interact with directly on the platform to get rewards as well. And perhaps why not? Since we now have a BLEETZ mascot as well, you could get something from it if you interact with it as well. So we'll see.
Man, it feels limitless. So much cool stuff that's coming out. This is just a question for me. I'm curious, what led you to build this? Like, what led you to be a part of building this kind of creator studio and reward studio? I'm just gonna say it. There's not that many women in Web3 that are like really building and doing cool stuff. I'd kind of love to hear a little bit more about what prompted you to do this. And the second part of that question is generally what motivates you, what makes you feel like push, 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 more cool stuff. I'm just kind of curious a little bit about you.
Well, ever since I was young, I've been the entrepreneurial type. So I always like to do a lot of stuff and try out and learn and develop myself further. I also like to interact with people. So it was a no-brainer that I joined Web3 as well. And I learned my way up to also start projects and work in this industry. But the actual thing that incentivized the mission that we have going on is how I've seen multiple platforms that have creators on them, and 99% of the creators were not really taken into account. Those platforms will be extremely biased only on the 1% that are actually already popular and making money. And we've seen lots of amazing small creators who would create incredible content, and nobody would be there to see that content or to support them because of the platform's algorithms. So I set out on a mission to change the way that audiences interact with creators, and also on how they can market themselves. And there's more to it, honestly, but that's the main gist of it.
No, I mean that's interesting and it's true. Like I mentioned, I was at OpenSea and it would always frustrate me that I would have, these awesome small creators that really just couldn't rise to the top,
Hmm.
couldn't get their collection noticed. And that, for me was like, oh, I wish we had a better way to get these people in it. You're offering that way to, have people actually be a small creator and grow their audience in a really authentic way. So that makes me happy for sure. Um, does anybody else have any questions? Otherwise, I think we can start wrapping this up. I do want to mention for those of you who are from camp or interested in camp, if you go to our website, I can actually throw this in here. We will have a proof of attendance NFT. It's already live, as a matter of fact. Let me just grab
You can send
that
the
URL
link
real
in the
quick. I
chat.
should have had it handy. Huh?
You can send the link in the chat so everybody
Yeah,
goes
I'm
and
gonna do
claims
that.
their pod.
I'm gonna do that right now. I just wasn't prepared as usual. Um, Everybody knows how I am. YOLO, YOLO, YOLO.
And to answer Eva's question in the chat, if there will be a claim all button, I think on the LinkUp Spaces you mean. Um, Sadly, we cannot do that because every claim is an on-chain transaction. So you will have to go on and click on each to approve them, because each would have basically a little bit of gas attached to them since they are transactions. Marketplace in the platform. Oh, for merch and for visuals and for tracks. That could be extremely interesting to have for clubs indeed. We will have our own marketplace for our NFTs, for everything related to the ecosystem. We have not thought about like an Web2 marketplace with merch yet, but we will take it into consideration, especially on for clubs for musicians that will join us. Yeah, and I would love to ask more questions of you, Rebecca, if you can.
Yeah, sure. I'm just sitting here. I'm trying to figure out where this mint
Hmm.
is. I thought I had it. I thought I had it, but I don't. So it is going to take me a second. But
Hmm.
please go ahead, answer questions. In fact, wait a minute. Okay, I'm going to have my manager pop in and actually share that link because he made it. Oh no, he just gave it to me. Cool. Let's do it. All right, real link is coming. And then yes, definitely let's do more questions. So okay, that's the direct link to Mint, the proof of attendance to say that you were here. So that's cool. All right,
Hmm.
yeah. So what question do you have of me? We'll just interview each other. It'll be fun.
Yeah. So my first question is also related to a thing that you guys did earlier this year. I remember you guys collabed with Sean Paul for the campaign application that you are building on Camp. So I'm just curious, any news about that or any other potential collabs in the future like this?
I don't have any like very specific news to share on that front, but that's I think a really good question to kind of talk a little bit about what we learned from Sean Paul and kind of the kinds of things that we think are going to be incredible to actually engage real communities of real fans of real artists. Sean Paul initially came up with the idea that he wanted to have people listen to his music, find his super fans, and then allow them to upgrade to a VIP pass for his shows. And we were able to enable that. It was a great early use case. It was, a few months back now. It was a great early use case to show how we could put these quests up. We could have people complete the quest and have people listen to Sean Paul. We could connect the Spotify data and see if they were a Sean Paul super fan, and then ultimately give them that VIP pass. It's pretty successful. I think that there's a couple of teams now that are building on Camp that want to supercharge fan engagement, whether that's actually while you're at an event, like let's say Coachella, being able to use geolocation and your Spotify data to say, hey, you're here, here's an event you can attend to that's exclusive and free for you because you're a super fan. Maybe somebody has done like 20,000 streams of an artist that's at Coachella. We could be targeted towards them going, here's a fan experience that you can go to. That's one. There's a couple of other really interesting use cases that I've heard about that are starting to build with us that are very similar, where they're looking for that super fan and then they're engaging them with a special reward for being that super fan. So more to come on that front, but I'm fairly excited about this because I used to work in the entertainment industry pretty heavily, and I worked with a lot of musicians and artists um, and actors. And one of the things that we always talked about was how do we identify super fans. But that was 10 years ago, before people were using blockchain for this kind of thing. It's a perfect use case. Like, I wish I could go back in time and be like, it's coming, let's build it, but it wasn't live yet. And so I think that that's going to be, you talk about small creators. I'm thinking about some of the artists I work with where they self-published their album. It was on Spotify. They wanted to get listeners. They were playing shows all over New York City and all over the country, and they wanted to get the word out, but it wasn't easy. So this is kind of, I think, one incredible use case for that.
Yeah, definitely. I think so too. I mean, that's what I'm building towards. I don't want them to only rely on PR agents and marketing specialists to be able uh, to spotlight themselves in front of the people. We are trying to build something like where they can manage themselves in an easy
Mhm.
way and monetize without having to break arbitrary milestones. Like from day one, they can just join and start monetizing, and the
Yeah,
community would constantly earn alongside the creator himself.
exactly. It's perfect camp use case because
Hmm.
that's our whole ethos is we want the artist to be successful. We
Hmm.
want, fans to be successful, and we don't want a middleman. Like, they should
Yeah,
own their content. They should own their
exactly.
fan base. So, I mean, that's actually, why you're so wonderful and why what you're building is so wonderful, because, it gives those artists an opportunity to actually take that into their own hands, which I know whenever I was doing artist management, it was just many steps that were very expensive,
Hmm.
honestly. And this is like put the power in your hands, which I love. Um, I'll ask a question of you. I am I'm curious, like, I'm sure that you've gotten a few testimonials from some of your biggest creators. I'd love to hear what people are saying, like as they use their product and they build their community. What are they saying to you? What feedback are they giving to you that you really want to incorporate into the product? That's a tough one, but I'd love to hear about it.
Well, I think I've already told you about the Sentry. I am very
Yeah,
proud
about
of that.
Sentry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
for
I'm
sure.
very proud of that. Let me just open up my white paper so I can redirect everybody to it. So in page 17, on the EntertainM stack chapter, we have a lot of details in the white paper about the Sentry, and it basically operates on a points-based framework. I have not given you these details yet because I think that would complicate it, and it's easier when you read it to understand everything. But basically, each time you don't win, you get one more point towards 100, and at 100 you have guaranteed chances to win. And that is
Oh,
one.
that's actually really cool.
Yeah, and that is one thing that we have constantly been thinking about ever since we've got the community's feedback on how on why they are not winning rewards even though they've been participating in in the raffles for the past year. And we hope to solve that issue with this. And besides that, we've had a lot of feedback in our Discord channel uh, about the platforms that we are building, about how we could make it easier for them. And we are actively looking at all of these messages that we get here, and we will not just note them down and forget about them. We are actively implementing them during the time that we are talking to them. Even
I
during
love that.
events now, we are constantly solving any issues that might appear. And yeah, we are very active to communicating with our community. We are very transparent as well. And we are building something for them as well, not for us.
Right. Community-led product development is my favorite. I mean, obviously, selfishly, as a community, person, I've actually been in community, believe it or not, for 29 years. So, but that whole like actually having product and community like
Hmm.
co-create together, I feel
Yeah.
like that dream is finally realized in Web3. And I mean, I
Hmm.
love what you're doing. I did see a cool question that I wanted to ask. Will there be a backstage management part in Four Clubs? I This is somebody who says they have a lot of famous DJs that they could get on stage, but they would like a platform to manage what they earn.
So
Thought that was
like
an interesting question.
like if you were to be a manager and handle all the shows of those DJs, is that what you are asking? I think
I
because
think
would
so.
be really dope to have. Maybe not in the first early instances of the platforms, but as we grow and as we onboard more musicians as well, and we scale, I think that would be a really cool program to have, like to onboard managers that directly handle the artists as well. So
Yeah,
it's a thing that we are considering when scaling. Yeah.
that's pretty cool. Yeah, yeah, I think that's exactly what the question was
Hmm.
that our community member asked. So that's pretty cool. Um, okay. Any more questions?
I see Yotain asked about what happens when everyone has 100 chance points.
Oh
Well,
yeah, I see that.
it's not possible for everyone to have 100 percent chance to win, but it is possible for more people to have to reach that stage. And when it comes to that, um, so when someone wins, their points reset to 0 and begin again, so they can give more chances to those who haven't won yet to win. And those if there are multiple people that have 100% points, it starts in a first come first serve order of who first reached the 100 points.
Makes sense. Makes sense. So in theory, then, let's say you have 5 people that have reached the 100 points. The first one that reached 100 wins, they go back to 0. The next
Mm-hmm,
one would win.
exactly.
So there is a guarantee. It's just
Yeah.
not necessarily a guarantee for that particular time. Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Does that answer your question?
I hope
I think
so.
it does. I hope so. I like
Yeah.
it.
And if you want to
Any
read
other
more,
questions?
in the white paper, page 17.
Oh yeah. I think check out the white paper is what I'm hearing. I will be reading it. I'm sorry that I didn't before this because it sounds like there's a lot of incredible detail there, and that's much appreciated because a lot of Web3, communities don't have a big solid white paper, including ours, frankly. So I love that. I love that you're doing the work. It's a serious product, and I think that, it deserves that kind of serious attention. So very cool.
Thank you
Does
so much.
anybody else have any questions, thoughts?
So I see that Yotain has been completing the sentence that works with pool of 100, but with 1000, the 100 win would have 9. Yeah. Oh, okay. So I see uploaded already answer to the completion.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that
So
makes sense.
so yeah, the numbers depending on how many people there are in the system actively participating, the system will be scaling on its own due to our M protocol. So the more people that participate, the more those numbers increase. Just like how we did it manually right now with dropping the staking pools. We've seen a huge demand in people wanting to craft their stream passes. And so we, instead of dropping 3 staking pools, we've dropped 5 now. And we will be increasing that as well.
Cool.
Yeah. Um,
Um,
I would also love to ask you, like, if you have any more info about the camp token and the mainnet, of course, the alpha, the juicy alpha.
I don't have a ton of alpha on that. We are definitely pushing hard towards getting it live. I mean, this is our number one priority. In fact, about half the
Mhm.
time, that's when my community members are looking for me. I might be like really helping out with a couple of things. I do have a couple of things that are coming out before that. I think most people that are part of camp have probably already seen the community hub, that an ecosystem hub that you're a part of, and a lot of our other partners are a part of. That's just the first step, and I think what will be a big rollout as we get towards mainnet, to really incentivize people to use first testnet, then mainnet. There's going to be a lot of that activity happening, in the first or second quarter. I can't get any more specific than that because I don't know what our actual launch date is going to be, but it is coming, and it's coming relatively soon. I mean, it's not going to be a long lead time like some projects, like it's 4 or 5 years and they still haven't released their mainnet or their token. We want it to be live. We're really pushing towards it. So the best alpha I can give is I think there's a very strong push to get it done in the first half of next year. That's the best I can do though right now.
Super hyped for it. Super hyped.
I know, me too. Um, I don't have any more questions for you. I don't know if I saw any more. Do we want to wrap this up?
Yeah, I think we've talked about everything we could speak right now.
Woohoo! Okay, well, thank you for having us and our community on your BLEETZ platform, teaching us a little bit about how to use it. I am actually going to go play with it now, because I didn't spend too much time other than logging in and looking around, but now I know what I can
I'm
do.
glad to
So
hear
I'm going to
that.
go make stickers. Yeah, I'm going to go make stickers. I'm going to go do fun stuff because
Yeah.
these guys are all like making awesome stickers, and I feel left out. So I'm definitely going to do that.
So if you want to mint more stickers, you need BEETZ, our off-chain BLEETZ currency, which you get from doing creator missions on their profile. So for now, just
Excellent.
the follow quest and
It's a
just follow them.
great ecosystem. Like, that's awesome. Okay, cool. Um,
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. All right.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us.